Flosstube. Welcome back. It's episode 35. Today is June 14th, 2020. Welcome back to our channel. Thanks for coming back again this week. Sorry we're a day early. I told you, don't plan on any consistency from us. Listen, we're still here. We're alive. We're here. It's all good.
Yes. Yes.
So we hope you all had a great stitchy week and that you are working on some projects after Mania. And whether you have a plan or you don't have a plan, we just hope that you're getting good stitching time in. So best new thing this week. Erika, what was your best new thing this week?
Okay. I thought of one earlier. Now I definitely forgot what it was.
She wants to come back.
Yeah.
Come back. Erin, what was your best new thing this week?
She's like, pass. I would say, so my new favorite phrase that Jonathan says to me is, do you want to sleep in the guest room tonight? And I get one of those for tonight, and I'm pretty pumped.
So it's a good thing, right?
Yes. So that's so funny because when we first started dating, I was like, we will never sleep in separate bedrooms. Like, we're never going to do that. And now that we have a kid, that's like, she's pretty much forced to sleep in our room because the room we would put her in is his office. And so if she was in there, she wouldn't nap during the day because he has to work. So she's forced to be in our room longer than we want her to be, which is fine. But I would like to sleep. So he lets me. So I get to sleep in the guest room tonight. And it's great.
Glorious.
That sounds amazing.
My favorite thing that he can say, I like weep happy tears. Yes, I do.
Oh, you're going to get a good night's sleep tonight, girlfriend. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
What's your best new thing this week?
My best new thing this week is my journal, which I know that we've talked a lot about, but I have added to it and used it for a number of different things. So that's my favorite thing right now, but I will talk about it and show you guys some stuff when we get there.
Awesome.
I'm excited. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Me too. My best new thing this week is this weekend we had like a little housewarming party at our house, and I got to spend some amazing time with my mom. So she came down and left my dad at home with the dogs and got away and came down and spent time with us. And we were able to finish some cross stitch projects that I had gifted to her that we never FFO'd. So she brought her stuff down. We went shopping. We bought all the stuff for it. And then we had a blast this morning up in my craft room, which was a dream to work in my craft room. Like, I've never had that just designated space before. And so we got a lot accomplished. So when we get to finishes, I will insert pictures of what we finished this week. But it's always great to spend time with my mom. I love her. And we had a blast at Saturday night when people came over. And then today we went to Costco and did some other shopping. So it was just good seeing my mom. I love her. And I miss her all the time.
I love her too. Hi, Tony.
Quarantine was hard. Like, it was so hard, like not being able to go home and see my mom and dad. And, you know, we lost Atticus and then we lost Grover. And like, we haven't been home. Like, we haven't been home to visit them, to, you know, take their ashes and take them to the family plot, the pet plot that we have at my parents' house. So like, things have just been really hard. So it's good that my mom is able to come down here and spend time with us and just get away. So
That's so nice.
Yeah, so that was awesome. Erika, did you think of your thing?
I have no idea what I thought of saying earlier.
Figure out one.
I figured
Must have
one out.
been really good.
I know. It was probably amazing. And we're going to be really sad that I don't remember. But no, it is that I took some time to clean my sewing desk off. I don't know. I think in the last video I said that it was like a disaster, but I like put stuff away. I like reorganized my shelf back here. And I mean, there are some things that I need to put back that will look a little bit more insane, but it, like, my desk is pretty clean. I have like extra fabric put away, and I just have like the things I'm working on are in a pile, and like I feel a little bit
It
better.
does look way less, like it looks very nice.
It
Thank
does.
you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I took down the hoodies that were over there. I will put those back because where else is he putting his hoodies? I don't know. But for a minute, it feels very like.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
it looks good.
It looks so
Mhm.
I feel like you can just be so creative when you have like a clean space to do stuff. And that's what I'm learning. I just I want to focus on getting stuff done because I have a place to actually do it. So
It's true.
it's nice. Yeah. Once I get that sewing machine working, I will have a spot too to actually learn how to sew. But that is not going to happen anytime soon.
You're not learning how to sew. Stop it.
I know.
It'll happen. It'll happen. I'll help you. It's fine.
Erica's the only one that knows how to properly use a sewing machine. So.
And I taught myself, so I can teach you. It'll be fine.
That's awesome. Yay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, let's talk about stitching this week. Erica, why don't you go first? What'd you work on this week?
Well, I am still creeping along on this, and someone gave me a pronunciation correction on the name of this animal.
I was like, we are morons.
Well, why would I know this? Like this is not uncommon animal. I just was sounding it phonetically. And so it's taper,
Taper.
right? But I was saying tapir, I want to say. And I think maybe part of my brain was remembering high school Spanish and using the ear part, like that's why I was saying it like that. That's probably a lame excuse. But taper, look at Mother Taper. She's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Looks good.
Yeah. So I'm like currently finishing the little like white parts of her paws or legs, or does she have paws or hooves? I don't know what they are.
We know nothing about this animal, apparently.
I mean, yeah, stop
Like,
asking.
not a
We don't
thing.
know.
Could
But
they
it's
be
coming
like a
along.
giraffe? Like, could it be,
That looks awesome, though. I love it.
Thank you. I think
Yeah.
it's going pretty well. And I feel like
Did
I'm,
you see there was somebody on Instagram? Oh, I should have gotten the name. It was like a cat one. Anyways, she did that project, and at the top of it, she used it like a birth announcement, and
Yes,
she put the
I
kid's
saw
name.
that.
I was like, that's what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not gonna put like her birth like weight and stuff, but at least it gave me like an idea of spacing and stuff. It's
Yes,
great.
I love that. She used like 3 different Frosted Pumpkin projects to make one each for each of her kids. And so she had like the Woodland Sampler, Happily Ever After, no, Once Upon a Time, and Into the Jungle. And each one was for a different child because she had 3 kids.
That's such a good idea.
Amazing.
That's
They were
awesome.
so great.
Yeah.
That's
I like
awesome.
bookmarked that or whatever you can do to like come back to it. So I'm like, these are so good.
I have to say, Erica, your fabric, like I've seen quite a few, because I follow like the Frosted Pumpkin hashtag, and I've seen quite a few people do this pattern, and your fabric choice, like I'll say the taper, like it's sticking out so much, whereas other ones I'm like, what is, like I can't tell. I wouldn't be able to.
I agree. It gets very buried.
It's like very, your fabric choice is perfection.
The
Thank
Frosted
you.
Pumpkin thought so also. So
Yeah.
This is for anyone who
So there's
gives us
that.
because Erica's famous and BFFs with the Frosted Pumpkin. Like every time they post something, I'm like, oh, that's Erica's. Oh, that's Erica's. Oh, that's Erica's.
for anyone who wants to know, this is Picture This Plus fabric in Monet.
Beautiful.
I like it. It's so like the modeling is so dramatic that
It works.
it's so cool.
Yeah, definitely works.
Such a good choice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Erin, what did you stitch on this week?
I have a finish, so I haven't put a lot of stitching into the second thing that I did, but I pulled this back out. The front and back.
Ooh.
So I finished this part. And then I had to
love it.
So I had to do the spacing for their birthdays. So that took a while to figure that out.
That looks so nice.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so like emotional right now, but when I did the "You Are Loved," I started tearing up when I was stitching that. I don't know
Oh.
why. And then I did this part over here, the and back, and I'm on that.
Wow.
So I'll do this is next.
I love it.
So
So
long.
long.
How will you finish that bad boy? That is huge.
It's gonna go. I'm gonna get it professionally done. We have a place in Swickley, and it's just gonna go in a frame,
I was
like a wooden
gonna ask,
frame.
where do you even find a frame like that?
Yeah, you don't. I'll pay the money for it because it's gonna go up in the girls' room.
That's awesome. I love
Because
it.
it'll be both of them. Yeah, thank you. So that's Moon and Back by Heart and Hand, and it's on 30 count linen.
Mm.
So I'm gonna frame it just like that.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be great.
Wow, you
Yeah,
have
thank
more
you.
to do.
No, I'm really close.
Yeah.
It's a really quick stitch. So
So nice.
this can go to whoever wants it next.
Giveaway. No. It has to make the rounds in the group first. Sorry, people. All right, Jodi, what did you, well, you had a finish this week, but did you stitch on anything else?
I have a new start that I started today. I started this guy.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yay!
I forgot about that already somehow.
So I'm excited about it because the actual pattern is like very large. Like it kind of takes up like a whole page. So I was like, what am I going to do with this? But I was like so excited to get it because I love it. It's like nostalgic and it makes me so happy. So when I actually like remembered how small these are, I got more excited because I'm like, this is perfect for my journal. And it's not like a tiny piece, but like it will definitely fit in my journal because my journal's big. So I started this today and I am almost done with the castle.
Jodi!
I know!
That blue, I mean, that is, you want to talk about perfect fabric. That fabric choice.
That is Mario.
So I sat in my, okay, I don't have a craft room, but I have a closet.
Fair. It is a walk-in closet. It is a
Walk-in closet.
Call it a craft room. Be fancy.
So I sat in my closet, and they want you to stitch this on white. Like they send you the white pre-framed Aida that sucks. And so I was like, when I think about like playing Mario, I think about the blue sky.
Yes.
So I randomly found this piece in my stash. I don't think I dyed it because it's not like modeled or anything. It's plain stark blue and it's turquoise. It's perfect. It's the sky of Mario. Like it's so perfect for this. So I'm almost done. I'm like stitching right now because I can't stop. So I apologize. But I'm almost done with the castle. I have to do like the yellow, up on the border. And then the rest of it is like, it's going to go so fast. Like I might have it done tonight.
Let me see.
Now
Let me see the pattern again.
that's a paper pattern, right?
Yes.
So that's something that can be passed?
Right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. I mean, if it's a
Because I would really like to stitch that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want it bad.
And Erin, you're doing the Mario Brothers 3 map, right? So yeah. So honestly, like the castle is like, it's dense, but then the rest of it is like this little pole.
Nothing, yeah.
It's tiny, and then like that, done. And I think, so I like this, but the floss.
You have to change the colors.
Well, the floss that it came with is like literally, it's just going to blend right in. So one of two things I'm going to do. I'm either going to stitch it in this and then back stitch it in black to make it stand out. Or I might leave the letters off altogether and put like a Mario cloud up here.
Oh.
Either one. I think white lettering would look nice too.
Yes.
Yellow, like the yellow
Ooh.
the castle. The yellow might look nice on.
I could do yellow because there's yellow that goes like on the border of this. So I might do that. That's a good idea.
Could you make the Home Sweet Home just look bubblier and do it in the white to make it look like a cloud?
I am not that
Oh.
Okay.
I'd love to be like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing that. It'll look like no.
I'm gonna look for a font. I bet we can find one.
Like cloud font.
Yeah. I'm gonna look.
On those kind of nests.
But like it's so quick. I was like, oh, this is gonna take me a while. I started this today.
That's
Amazing.
awesome, dude.
Yeah. So that's that. And then I do have a finish. Are we doing finishes now?
Oh,
Oh, I'm excited.
oh God. Oh boy.
Hurry up.
Oh, she says.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go since I'm not important enough to go here.
I wasn't going to come back to you. I'm just really excited.
Our finishes this week, though, are, I have to say.
I can't even like begin. I keep staring at them. I keep wanting to do them. You guys just wait.
All right, well, let me show my piddly little whip this week. Working on, again, it's Halloween month, so I'm working on my primitive Hare, the town of Halloween.
Cute.
And I made some good progress.
Ooh, that little skinny
Nice.
house. It's so
Whoa, you
cute.
did a lot.
I finished,
That branch is new, right?
yep, so I finished this little skinny house, and then I made my way across to the top and down, and then I started working on this branch.
Can I see the
I
pattern
love it.
again?
Yeah. So it's going
Great.
pretty
Yeah.
fast.
Were you channeling
Oh.
Jody when you were doing the branch?
Halloween is on the bottom. No, I wanted to see where the word Halloween was.
It is, yeah, it's Halloween town.
Awesome.
But I have, and then I'm just gonna go back and like, there's like little bats, and then there's a lot of these little 4 stitches, but then there's a lot of
Mhm.
single stitches. I'm gonna leave all of those single stitches out. So like there's single crosses that I hate doing, like I hate it. So I'm not doing those, but it'll still look good because there's a lot of these little 4 like diamond shaped ones. And then there's a lot of like little bats and stuff to fill in this blank space over here. But this fabric was perfect for it. Like, absolutely love it. But I think based on the size, I think the way that I am going to FFO this is have it turned into a pillow that I can like put on my shelf in the kitchen for like, the holidays for Halloween.
Yeah.
Honestly, leaving as much blank space as you can without those specs is a good move because you want to show off your fabric.
I want to show off the fabric, and like I don't want to take like all that little confetti stitching. I feel like it just like takes away from the main part of the pattern. Like it's not really adding any value to it. Like it's not adding any aesthetics to it. So I think it'll be fine to leave those out. But that's what I worked on, and I'm super excited to keep working on that one. And keep working on Halloween stuff this month because I want to get my Halloween stuff like to a good spot because I'm super excited about Christmas. Super excited.
I kitted stuff up this week. I'm so excited for Christmas.
Christmas in July, people, you better join us. All right,
Mhm.
let's talk finishes. Erika, do you have any finishes this week?
No, ma'am.
Well, you did, but again, not anything we can talk about yet. So
Right. I finished Mother Taper's body a little bit. Her legs are done.
the taper is. All right, Erin, what did you finish this week?
So again, I was stitching our Friends piece. So Friends for all season. So now you ladies have to decide who's next. It's not going to be Erika.
Nope, it's not. You're not wrong.
So here's
If you give it to me, you'll see it again in 2022. So
here's spring, and then summer on the next one.
Oh,
I love that
So
one. I love
cute.
that one.
This one I must have dyed really strong because it still smells like tea. There's this. This is fall, and that one has the jewel because that's the one that will come back to me eventually.
Nice.
And then Sure, which speaking of those one stitch, don't feel like you guys need to do that because that was such a pain in the butt. There's like a bunch of, can you see the snowflakes? Like one stitches.
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst one, and it was the last one.
I'll do it just.
But they're also tiny. Look how tiny.
Yeah.
They look amazing.
You did that
So-
really fast.
You guys, you will too. Like honestly, they are not even 30 by 30s. There's I can't show that. They're super tiny. You'll do it super fast.
Well, it'll be between Jodi and I, which we'll discuss after the video.
Okay. And it's
I'll
I
do
still
that.
have like the floss should last for all of us because that's how little it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yay.
Awesome job. You got those done so fast.
I'm telling you, that one's not just because I stitch fast. That one's everybody will stitch that quickly.
Yeah, they are tiny, but it's gonna be
They're
so.
tiny.
I can't wait to figure out how we're each gonna finish. Like
That's I keep thinking about that too. I'm like, that's gonna be the best part.
I know.
Hmm.
All right, Jode, what did you finish this week?
My birds.
Woo! Yay, Jodi.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Finally. So I went back and tried to figure out when I started it. And this took me exactly 1 month,
I'm sure.
Wow,
That's amazing.
that's really impressive.
which is faster than I thought it would take me. But I mean, it felt like it took forever because I feel like I didn't work on anything else. I didn't work on a single other thing. So finally it's done. Now I have to frame it, which I gotta fiddle with that clock and figure out how to do that. But
That looks amazing.
that's that. So before I started my Mario, I dyed some fabric today because I was, it's so funny. Like when you work on one thing, every time you think like, oh, I'm going to sit down and stitch, like that's the only thing that you think about. Like stitching means birds. And so when I finally finished it, I was like, I want to do something stitchy, but my birds are done. I kind of felt sad about it. Like I was a little depressed that it was like over.
Yeah.
So, and I like the designer Seemingly Stitch. She had emailed me when I first started because I had some questions for her about like the size of why it like printed so big, which I never got to the bottom of. But she had emailed me like, hey, let me see your progress. Like, I'd love to see it when it's done. And so I'd sent her a picture and she was really sweet and she had really nice things to say. So highly recommend her. Although be prepared to work on a giant pattern.
It is so nice. It is so nice.
When I sat down with this Mario pattern, I was like, oh, this is so nice. It's just like, on the table next to me. I don't have to like, unfold this
right there.
Hang it on the wall, like tap it onto the wall. You can see it.
Oh my gosh.
So very happy to finally be done.
Yay.
That's awesome.
All right. I had 1, 2, 3. I had 4 finishes this week.
Crazy.
Like 4 FFOs. This shit
Today.
FO'd, and it was done before 11 o'clock today. Started this morning at like 8. Shit.
It's crazy.
Anywho's, all right, so I'll show mine first because the ones that I did for my mom, I'm going to insert photos. I'll talk about them, but then you'll see the photos as I insert them into the video. So I had finished, this was prior to Mania, but this was one that I had started in Mania last year, and it was Your Grand Old Flag by Plum Street Sampler. And I've seen a lot of people that are like currently stitching this, like it's a pretty popular pattern. And last year at Hobby Lobby, I had bought this flag placard and decided to finish it on here. So
It looks so
God,
good
it
like
looks
that.
amazing.
here's the thing. I cannot get anything straight. I think either my head is crooked or something, but when I do things, it's always a little cattywampus, and which is fine because like it's mine. Like my mom's stuff was like pristine, and then I did mine, and it's like all off kilter. Like, don't get anything that's framed in my house because it's like all wonky. But anyway, I put like this blue cording around it. I got that cording at Hobby Lobby as well. And I just mounted it on sticky board, and then it's attached to this board with magnetic strips, so I can take it off if I want to. But honestly, I don't know what else I would ever use this for. And it does have a stand on the back, so it'll stand up. So
cool.
So you just taped magnet tape on the back and then put the magnet.
yeah.
Nice.
Amazing.
Because I didn't have like my regular magnets, like my pin magnets. The ones that I bought aren't quite strong enough. Like they're small, they're good for a needle minder, but they're not great for holding on to a project, like if you need to support it. So I use my magnet tape that I used for making my needle minder board. So super easy. This took like 5 minutes. The hardest part is cutting the mat board, like the sticky board. Like measuring it and cutting it, like scoring it, and then putting the fabric on it. That's the hardest part. Okay, so for my mom, I had stitched her, the first one that I'm going to show and I'm going to insert is the Barbara Anna design Long May She Wave. So this one is on also a flag board that we bought at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember what the fabric was that I stitched the pattern on, and I wish I would have written it down, but I don't have it. And that one was with the blue cording around it, mounted with the magnet tape. So she already has this one hung up, and I'll insert a picture of where she has it hanging in her kitchen. It makes me happy.
That's awesome.
The second one is the Grow a Garden from, who is it? Lila's Studio. So this one is in a planter box that we got at Hobby Lobby for $6. It was on clearance. And we filled it with the little plant, like the little styrofoam things. We put some fake lavender branches in it and filled it with some rocks. And then I just wrapped some lacy, like green lace stuff around it. Then we mounted it on there with magnets. So that one was that. And then the last one, which is my favorite one actually, is the spring pattern from the Frosted Pumpkin. And this one's like a gray board with sparkly pastel fringe around it. And I'll show the girl.
That fringe, that finish is everything.
That
is my all-time favorite. It's so, so pretty.
It's amazing, and it's so easy.
Is this the one you did this one like a while back, right? Like the stitching?
Yeah, I probably did the stitching. I think I did it the first year that I like got back into it. And
yeah,
that was when I was buying a lot of the Frosted Pumpkin patterns, and I saw this one and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to stitch this one for my mom because she's a gardener and she would love it. And I love this finish. Like I want to finish other things that are like bright and colorful with this theme, like with this like shiny, sparkly, fringy.
Now, did you glue the fringe on the back of it and then it's like sticking out?
I did. So like all I did was put the I put the fabric on the mat board, glued that down, and then I just took it comes on, it's like comes on a roll, and it has a little tiny piece of fabric kind of holding everything together. It was perfect to just glue right onto the back. So I just glued it onto the back and made sure all the fringes were sticking out. It was super easy. Like, I don't know why I don't FFO more things. I'm just lazy. It's not difficult, but I'm also like, I struggle with trying to figure out like the perfect way to finish things. That's not the goal. The goal is to just finish it and display it and be happy with it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's what you want it to be. Like, no one else is going to see this. Well, except for the 2,000 people that subscribe to our channel, but
just them, that's it.
Other than you guys, like, like people that come to my house, let's put it that way. So I'm very happy with it. So I did a lot of FFOing today. I'm very happy, and I'm motivated to do some other things. But
I have a hard time with knowing that, like, yes, I could be FFOing right now, but I could also be stitching right now, and I'd rather be stitching. So that's the hard thing for me.
And it was fun to do it with someone else. So like my mom was like helping me iron, and then like we were cutting the board and like she was helping me like get the hot glue gun and like she was like handing me all of the supplies as I was doing it. So it was fun to do it with someone else. I feel like I struggle because I don't want to do it by myself. Like I don't want to, it's nice to have somebody like motivating and saying like, oh, maybe do it this way or maybe add this. So it's nice to have somebody else's input. So I feel like we can all get together and do like a big FFO extravaganza. And I think that would be super
Yes.
That'd be
Let's
fun.
do that.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Because we would all be motivated to finish our projects if we were together. So we definitely need to do that.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue is always that I'm gonna do it wrong. And so like if someone's there being like, you're cool, you're good, it's fine, then it'd be easier.
Absolutely. That's my thing too. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not going to look that great. And then it does, and it's fine. So I put too much pressure on myself. I think we all do.
Yep, I think so too.
Those are my finishes.
Awesome.
Yay.
Ladies. All right. Well, what did we buy or receive this week? Erica, what'd you get, girl?
Stop it.
This is a month.
I know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
You're gonna get kicked off the channel. You gotta start getting something, girl.
I know. Listen, I keep going and like putting things in carts and then I just don't like do it. I don't know what's holding me back.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, we get together the FFO stuff. We can all buy stuff too and encourage each other to empty our carts.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Let's do that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Mhm.
think we need to do that. Well, I'm very proud of you for the fact that you haven't bought stuff, but I want to see what you bought so that we can like be,
I know. I
encouraged.
know. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy a project bag from Tara, the 805 Stitcher, soon because I had an issue with one and she gave me a coupon code and she keeps putting really cute ones up. So like when I find one that I like, we use that coupon code.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
Mhm.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, Erin, what did you get or buy this week?
So I got my fabric of the month in, which you also got in. It is Hibiscus on 14 count Aida. I'm going to show mine, and you guys, it's not going to be nearly as cute as KRISTEN'S is, but it's very pretty.
I love it.
It's almost tie-dye.
It's like yeah.
Let me look this side. I don't know which side I like better, but they're both really pretty.
I love it.
And I don't know what I'm going to stitch on this yet. We were just talking about that before we jumped on here. But I'll figure it out. It's really pretty. I'm very happy with the decision to be in that club.
Me too. It was like Christmas the other day when I got it in the mailbox.
I get so excited. Although I saw that you texted the picture and I was like, okay, just don't open that text message till it comes because I wanted to open it and see the color.
That was totally my mistake. We need to coordinate that next time. So
Yeah.
that we both have it at the same time. I'm at myself because I opened it and I like literally
My
screamed.
mail comes so late. My mail lady doesn't come till like 4 o'clock. So
Wow.
Make you wait all day.
Yeah,
That's not cool.
we're like the last stop. Yeah, I feel like every time I'm waiting for mail. I'm such an old lady too. I'm like, I can't wait for the mail to get here today.
Peeking through the blinds.
Yeah, it's like
Well, I'm usually sitting on my porch at that point because that's like nap time.
Gotcha. Love it. Jody, what did you
That's all I
That's all you got. All right, Jody, what did you buy or get this week?
The only thing I bought is some fabric to dye, which I did dye some fabric today because I got new RIK colors, which it's drying. So next week I will show them to you. They are bright.
Ooh.
Like almost like I don't even know what I would do with this. It's so bright. So
Oh.
if anyone has a pattern in mind that they want like really bright fabric for, let me know. Otherwise,
Like what color bright?
there's like the color was called coral, but it's less corally and more orange. And maybe it's so bright because I mason jar dyed them and then I ice dyed them afterwards, like to add like another layer of color. And I added yellow ice dye to that. So maybe that's why it turned orangish. I need a color wheel because I like suck at this.
It makes everything a surprise, so that's cool.
But it is like I look at it, I'm like, where are the batteries for this thing? Like, it is bright. And I don't want to like mess with it to try to tone it down, although I could, because it's just experimental. But I'll show you guys that next week. And then the other one I did was Aquamarine, but I added wine color, and it's like a pinkish, purplish, like mix. So
Cool.
So anyways, I bought the fabric and the dye to play around with some dye today. So that's what I bought. I received this guy, which was ERIN'S originally, went to Kristen. She stitched it up this big. And this is so I got this from Kristen. As you guys can see, I really stuck to my Halloween in June commitment. Not Halloween.
Okay.
Stuck at commitments. So anyways, but yes, this will go in my Halloween stash. And then we also collectively received some very nice happy mail, and I'm opening my journal, which I'm going to talk about in a second, but we got this awesome card, and there's a pattern on the back of it. How cool is that?
Amazing.
I know. So awesome. The pattern is Hands Across the Sea Samplers.
Yeah.
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from Diane over at Stitches, and she has a Flosstube channel, so go and check her out. But she sent us this card along with like a plethora of variegated floss, DMC floss. So I figured it out, and we all have Erin and Erika, your bags are here behind me. But yeah, so fun happy mail, and your guys' stuff is like piling up. Like, I need to make a delivery this week, so I'll do that. But thank you, Diane from Stitches. So fun to get that.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to show you guys is my journal, which I just pulled this out of. So I have it in here. I put this paper in here, and I made it a pocket.
Oh, nice.
So
Genius.
that is because I really want to start like keeping all of this stuff that we get from people. And so I've also collected cards like from you guys and from other people that have sent us stuff. And I didn't want to like put everything on separate pages, but I did do this on one of my pages. It's just like an envelope, and I put that same sort of like scripty paper on it. And then inside the envelope are just like a bunch of cards that we've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with my journal. Like, I haven't really been using it as like a scrapbook journal like I thought I would use it as. And like I said before, I've never had like a bullet journal or anything to take notes in. So I've been using this for not only stuff like that, and I'm going to start putting some patterns in here and there, but I've also just been using it like for notes. Like, I have a page of like my favorite Etsy shops, just so that I can remember, like, instead of bookmarking them. Whips or patterns that I have that I want to start. I have a page of current whips that I have going on. And then I just have random stuff like filming notes, like what I want to, like if I think of something during the week, like what I want to talk about. And then, so I'm just kind of using it as like a notebook / journal / scrapbook, and I love it. So
awesome.
I just, I feel like I had my days as a scrapbooker, and I didn't really want to take this back there because, like Erin said, if I'm going to be crafting, like even when I'm dyeing fabric, I feel like it's taking time away from stitching. So whenever I'm like, I just didn't want to put the time into doing a scrapbook type thing in my journal because I felt like it would take up a ton of time from my stitching. So although I'm jealous of what everyone else's scrapbook type things are going to turn out to be, because they're awesome, I just felt like this was a better use for me. So
That's awesome.
there you have it.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It makes whatever you want
Awesome.
it to be. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I got a little, and this is because I saw Jodi recently, so she delivered my stuff. But I did get my little
So cute.
bag of variegated floss.
Bag is adorable.
It's so cute. And I mean, it's just like full. So these look like pretty full skeins of the variegated floss. And these are from Mo's sale on Facebook, which I did buy. That's where my tribal kangaroo pattern came from that she did. And I follow her now on Facebook, but she is a beautiful floss dyer, like beautiful floss. And she does like really cool stuff. So there's a ton of, it looks like they're all from Mo's.
Did you empty out that bag? Because your needle minder's at the bottom of there.
Yes.
Okay.
Ton of stuff in here. So
Just checking.
my goal is to be able to like find fun uses to use up, these really nice, like these really cool variegateds. And I think with the fact that I'm doing some smaller patterns interspersed with the big patterns that I do for the journal, because like I do it for the journal now, I'll be able to use one of these flosses. So I'm pretty excited about that. So thank you, Jodi, for bringing me my share.
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah, thank you, Diane, for giving us.
Yeah, thanks, Diane. That's awesome.
And then I got my needle minder, my Dorothy needle minder. So excited. Put that over here. And then I received my hibiscus fabric from BeStitchMe's Fabric of the Month. And
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's so nice.
yeah,
I think I might switch to linen.
giant piece of 40 count, and I just love it. I love it.
Hey, you know what I was wondering? Do you use a different needle when you use 40 count?
Okay, so I had this question from somebody the other day, and I do. So
Okay.
you would think that with smaller fabric that you would want to use a smaller needle. So typically, like if I'm using 28 or 32 count linen, I'll use a size 24, because it's bigger and obviously it just works a little bit better. But I've found that with using 40 count, I need a bigger, especially doing one thread. So you guys know how one thread always shreds faster than if you have two threads. It just puts a lot of pressure on that one little skinny strand of thread. So to avoid that, you can thread condition, which I recommend, especially if you're using silk, or using a larger eyed needle. So using like a size 26, it's not as big as a 24, but it's not as small as a 28, and that the needle eye is going to create a bigger hole. So it's going to push those fibers apart on your fabric to allow the thread to slide through, so it's not snagging and it's not tearing. So I just think that it works better to use a 26. It's preference, but I think it helps keep my thread from shredding.
Well, it's not as small as I was thinking, so that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There is one needle, and I've been using it on my dog declaration piece that I haven't worked on in forever, but it's a 28 count petite, and it's like tiny. Like it's not like long like a normal needle, and I love it. And every time I think about like, I need to buy those, I forget. So my goal this week is to buy a set of 26 and 28s in petites, the Johnny petite. I feel like you can, like how Erica, like, how you keep like your thread like really short and like, you know what I mean? It works better for that. Or if you want to be able to get like a smaller thread chicken, you know what I mean? Like be able to use more of your thread. It's just like a smaller needle, so you're not pulling it as much. I don't know. I think the petites are nice.
That would not benefit me whatsoever, because I'm about to cut this off because I feel like it's too short.
You and me, Jodi, I'm with you.
I'm like,
and also, I feel like a giant when I have those little needles in my hand. Like they make me feel, and I have small hands.
Right. Well, somebody was asking about that though, because they were using silk. And the whole goal is just use something that creates a bigger hole for the thread to go through. If it's too tight, it's going to shred. And silk is notorious for just being like really finicky about that. So, and thank you all for your comments about the pin stitch. I had somebody else reach out to me about that. So we will eventually get around to filming how we stitch, our stitching tutorials. And I will show in more depth kind of how I do my pin stitching and stuff like that. So we don't know when. Like I said, I'm not committing to anything.
Not count on us for anything.
We'll get it done. All right. So we had a winner, Erin, of the pattern from last week. And thanks
Where the heck did I put this?
I was laughing so hard about everyone being so sarcastic about their favorite chores. Oh.
People were very much like, I do not like doing chores.
We had like 3 people that actually said they like doing housework, and everybody else was like, no. Mm-mm.
Like, well, didn't someone say they like vacuuming because they have a robot vacuum?
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
I was
Smart.
laughing. I forget who it was, but they said about where they had moved furniture and their husband didn't realize that they had moved the
Yeah.
He went to sit down and missed it. And I was laughing so hard because I could totally.
That's my favorite.
So she was like, I just don't do it anymore now. Oh my God, that's so funny. So thank you all.
Almost broke his neck.
Yeah.
So that was the pattern in case we.
Yeah, who was a
Housework is for the birds. This is going to Long Dog Stitcher. DAWG, Long Dog.
Long down.
Congratulations.
Yay. So send us your information, and I probably won't get it out this week, but I will definitely get it out next week.
Yeah. And we have a giveaway for this week. Jody, what do we got?
So when we had our Stitch Day here in Pittsburgh, we had a freebie table set up. And on the freebie table, I had collected everything that was left at the end of the day. And this stash has been added to a previous stash, which was from a previous stash. So this thing has just like grown and grown. But I have the largest collection of Paula Vaughn patterns and books. So they are, like the pattern sort of like leaflets. There's like magazines, and then there's like hardcover books, like actual like books. And when I say it's a stack, I mean it's literally this big. So if there are any Paula Vaughn fans out there, let us know that you want to win it. There's enough for us to have 5 winners.
Yeah.
So next week we will pick 5 winners. And Chris, what did we decide for the?
I don't think we decided anything. We were trying to decide what we were going to have you guys talk about, and everything that we thought about was slightly inappropriate or didn't make a ton of sense. So we're scrapping that. Just say you want to stitch the Paula Vaughn patterns, okay? Like, whatever.
We'll keep it simple for you. So if you're a Paula Vaughn fan, if there are 5 Paula Vaughn fans out there, which I'm sure there are, it's not me, but I'm sure there are. Say that
You'll be getting a few patterns each.
Yeah. Say you want to stitch the Paula Vaughn patterns, and you will get a piece of the stack.
Yes. So yes, that's going to be great. We gotta work through those stacks.
I need them out. I got to get rid of them. They've been in my house for months and months and months. So
yeah. We were going to spread the love.
Somebody be a new loving home for these things.
Yes. All right. So we will be back next week. We don't know. I'm going to just keep saying it because I don't want to set expectations, but we will be back next week. And we'll all have hopefully some good progress on the stuff that we're working on. I can't wait to see. Jodi will probably have a finish by next week.
I already just finished the castle. Well, minus the yellow.
She'll have it done. She'll have it done. So thank you all for coming back to join us. We hope you have a great stitching week. Please leave. We love your comments too. So thank you all for giving us like fun stuff to look forward to during the week to read. So we really enjoy it. Watch on Whip Wednesdays too. Erika's been doing a fantastic job of keeping you guys up to date on what we're working on. And we love hearing about what you guys are working on too. So please be sure to tag us on Instagram and let us know what you're doing. So we appreciate it. We love you guys, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.